to the Magic City, the football capital of the South, Birmingham, Alabama, home to the UAB Blazers, and the fans here have been eagerly anticipating this clash. Today, two teams collide from the Pac-12, and conference implications are aplenty. As we'll see, the Marshall Thundering Herd taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the UAB Blazers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Blazers will put toe to leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it out. It's John. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Offense getting set for first down. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. He's going to pass. He makes the connection.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. Quick completion on the out. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
Hey, QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Line getting set on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. They move the tight end all over. They're going to ride this running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Shakes off the defender. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Lets it fly. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Thundering Herd.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Marshall, 7, UAB, 0.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. On first down, here comes this offense. He wants to throw. Pulls it in. It's Jackson. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the grab. Makes the catch and knock down. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping, put it out in front of me, I'm getting this first down.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Getting some heat. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The Blazers want to pick up the tempo. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. Quarterback checking the play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a great example of a receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. 2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Finds his big tight end. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Marshall 7, UAB 0.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The completion well past the sticks. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Back to the air one more time. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Blazers.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And they tacked on the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's got great speed. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Unloads to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. He's looking to throw it. That's caught. It's Vaughn. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Marshall quick to the line. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught, close to the marker, it's Vaughn. At the 20, he's got space. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Marshall trying to make this red zone trip pay off. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
He's looking for an open man on second down. He makes the catch. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Marshall! 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but you're also trying to tackle another grown man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way, he wasn't having it.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Temple is ahead right now in South Philly, but this game is a long way from being over. Better hold off on the run to Geno's for the time being. They're up by 4 over North Texas. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Handoff from the gun. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Now that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Blazers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Gets it out quickly. Afterbird. Got enough space. Touchdown, UAB. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he added the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab. It's Vaughn. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. He's going to pass. Working the middle, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On second down, wants to throw it. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Setting up the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, UAB. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what's...
Nothing but green grass down the middle. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Hurd! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They'll throw it on first down. Get it out on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
This time it's complete. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Blazers have pushed it inside the 20. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. Touchdown, Blazers! And they take it in for 6 more points. On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Marshall takes over the ball, the thundering Herd offense coming out. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Second half just about ready to go, and Marshall will kick it off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. UAB regains possession. The Blazer offense back onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. They're working that left side.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Still some work to do after that last completion. It's second down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
He's looking to throw. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the third quarter and get a stop on third, that should really help their confidence.
Does this head coach not believe in punting? Does he think punting's against the rules? On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Going for the big play. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down.
Man, that's a rough outcome. I get it. I want to try to be aggressive, but backed up in your own territory, aggressive, and you fail. Now you've set the other team up for almost automatic points.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Feeling some heat. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not a start to the drive they were looking for.
He's looking for a man on second down. Fires to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
After that last completion, it's second down. From From the gun, running back gets to give. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Makes his connection. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Got it past the marker. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. And the Blazers will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He'll just keep slinging it. Lets it fly. What a snag by the defense. Taking it the other way. The 20. Touchdown, Marshall! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
And these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the 1st half. And here they are in the 2nd half defending a deep ball.
Quick strike complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football. You know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
Well, in the 1st half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. Marshall looking for the score on 1st and goal.
42 Spider. 4-2.
A run for the quarterback. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Herd! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
to try his luck from the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to...
Pulls it in on the left. And he's running in the open. Inside the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, UAB. Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. New Mexico State is going to enjoy the trip back to Las Cruces after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there in Aggie Memorial Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
On second down, he'll let it fly. He's got an open man. Oh, the ball's out. Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
Looking to go up top on first down. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Marshall 42.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Leaves it with the back. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now they're going to throw it. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Got some room to run. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football, had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the 4th quarter. Time to go win it.
UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Firing to the right, complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. The Blazers have taken it inside the 20. In the red area, it's Rodgers. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
He's got it and still on his feet. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a...
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, UAB. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense makes its way back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down.
Let's go.
They're getting this guy lathered up. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. Pulls it in. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And even though his team is trailing, this guy has stepped up time and time again for his offense. Already over 100 yards and now comes up with a massive play in a 2-minute situation.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Skips away from pressure. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left. They'll go empty and 5 wide on 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the 1st down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. They want to run this quarterback. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. And they'll spread receivers all over the field, 5 wide on 2nd and goal. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. And they'll send out the field goal unit. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. And this will be for the win. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And it all comes down to this. Make or miss, win or lose. The field goal is no good. There is a flag on the field, so let's see if this guy's going to get another shot at it.
Number 18 on field goal.
Nerves of steel. Right down the boulevard on the game-winning chip shot. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. You know, I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played tonight.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big.